Hey YouTubers, what's up? So this is going to be my Michonne video, my top 5 Michonne moments. She's one of the characters that I haven't done yet, and of all the people on the show, I feel like she's one of the few characters that's consistently badass no matter which direction the writers take her in. Let's just start with number 5, her debut of the series at the end of season 2. Showing up all ninja style to save Andrea in the woods outside Herschel's farm. Technically she was revealed in the first episode of season 3, but really this started in season 2. She was like this bolt of lightning that just struck the series. A lot of critics of seasons 1 and 2 point to a lack of strong female characters. Whether you agree with them or not, Michonne was the perfect way to silence haters. I think one of the problems that she fixed in the writer's room was that it gave them a female character they could give really physically demanding scenes to. Like normally if they had like a big takedown, they could give it to Daryl or Rick or even Shane while he was still around. And now they had someone wielding a sword. I mean, what's cooler than killing people with a sword? Maybe a tank, but it just lacks a certain style. Just to be clear though, I do think that most of the women on the show could get to Michonne's level if they survive long enough. It's just that most of them don't. Most of them die. Carol's a good example of someone who's gotten to that place. She has a lot of things in common with Michonne. I mean, they were both mothers, they both lost their families, and they both become hardcore slayers. It's like Carol's walking Michonne's path and she's just a couple steps behind. Michonne is just a little more socialized right now. I don't want to call her like Farmer Rick, she's not going in that direction. She's just being a little bit more of a mom now that she's got Carl and Judith to take care of. That'll probably continue through the rest of season 5 until something else really crazy happens to make her snap. Just wait, Scott Gimple, the writers, they would totally pull the rug out at some point. I think the happier and more complacent she gets, the more we expect something crazy to happen. Number 4, it's revealed that Michonne's pets, her original pets, were Mike and Terry. I wanted to distinguish first pets because she did make a couple sets of pets, and there's always the chance that she could make more pets in the future. The Mike and Terry flashback was probably one of my favorite scenes from the second half of season 4. Not only is it Michonne deep cuts, she also deep cuts Mike and Terry, her former family. Don't you just feel like if the writers ever wanted to really traumatize us, that they would send her off on like a Carol arc where she goes off on her own and she turns a couple of turned survivors into pets? Like imagine Abraham and Eugene walking around as her pets. That would be crazy. I don't think she's quite as close to the survivors as she was to Mike and Terry, but based on the first half of season 5, it seems like she's headed in that direction. She's pseudo-adopted Carl and Judith, and she's got this sexless partnership going on with Rick. I know there are a lot of Michonne shippers out there. I don't really get into the shipping stuff unless it's like really funny, like with the Carol and Daryl stuff. And just a word of warning, the writers tend to yank the rug out from under us whenever things get warm and happy, so if Rick and Michonne ever did seal the deal, I think something really terrible would happen to Carl. I don't think the show hates its fans so much that Scott Gimple would let the writers kill off baby Judith. So if something terrible happens to one of those kids, odds are Carl is going to be the one that they mess with. And no, I don't think they're going to get rid of him anytime soon or maim him in any significant way. Number 3, Michonne tries to cheer up Carl with the easy cheese. Such a departure for her character. It almost felt like a bipolar moment. Like I'd never seen her this happy before. She just had all those flashbacks and broken down in the pile of bodies like that 360 circle of walkers. Cut to finding Rick and Carl and she's like a human being again. Only Carl's the one that's gone dark. It's like all the crap that happens on the show hits the characters at different times, so at any given moment in the group, half of them are still freaking out about something and the other half have dealt with it. And then a couple episodes later they flip to the other end of the spectrum. I'm not really expecting any more easy cheese style scenes in the rest of season 5 just because right now where they're at, they're still on the run and they're still trying to process what just happened at the hospital. If Michonne didn't have Carl and Judith to take care of, I think her personality would be more like Carol or even Daryl's. Sometimes watching other people go crazy with grief can remind you to deal with your own problems, so even if there isn't more easy cheese, laugh out loud stuff, I think she's going to be one of the more emotionally stable survivors. Number 2, Michonne at the prison battle during season 4. So there were really 2 moments, but they were both during this event, so I'm just going to treat it as one thing. First, she runs the governor through the heart with her katana, and then later she finishes off Herschel's reanimated head. Both from 2 different episodes, but really it was the same event. It's almost like there's this common theme with Michonne badassery. Her epic moments are paired with really sad moments. Like they really want you to cheer and cry at the same time. Maybe throw up a little bit from all the excitement. She takes it halfway and then sees that he's lying there and decides it's better justice to let him die slowly. It didn't end up happening. I mean, Tara's sister walked up and finished him off with a bullet, but the governor kill really wasn't so much about that kill. It was more about Michonne's evolution as a character. The Herschel head though, that was like the most bitter spectacle all season. The most bummer way to bring the show back in the spring. Props to the writers though, it was a brilliant way of telling us that things are only just going to keep falling apart, till they eventually landed at Terminus. And my number one WTF moment, Michonne kills Penny and takes out the governor's eye. Combo WTF reveal of Penny as a walker. I mean, Michonne didn't know that she was a walker, we'd already gotten the reveal. And the bloody takedown of the governor. Of all the body parts you could take, I would say eye is pretty high up there. Michonne had this awesome double take where she sees the governor has this little girl chained up, then she finds out that it's the Penny that he keeps writing about in his crazy journal. Surprise, surprise, she's a walker, and the governor is clearly insane. Please don't hurt my little girl. Michonne, having none of his shit, runs her through the head. If you watch Game of Thrones, there was actually a kill this season where another character killed someone by running him through the back of the head. One of the most visually awesome ways to kill a character with a melee weapon. There was like that brief moment, like a brief second, where the governor seems sympathetic and Michonne seems like the villain. Like she has that crazy look on her face like, what the hell is going on? Then you rewind in your head and you remember all the clues that Michonne picked up on in Woodbury, and the governor is just batshit crazy. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is over. And just to explain why I don't have any season 5 Michonne moments on here, it's felt like she spent most of this season in the back seat, which is why I think the second half of the season is going to have some crazy Michonne stuff. Let me know though, what is your favorite Michonne moment? You know, is it something from the flashbacks, or are you looking forward to like something really crazy happening in the second half of season 5? So just a quick reminder, some important dates. Walking Dead is back February 8th. I'll totally be doing my regular videos whenever it comes back. There is some confusion about Talking Dead. AMC is airing the first episode of Better Call Saul right after Walking Dead on the 8th. Some people think that they just canceled Talking Dead that week. I think that they're just airing it right after Better Call Saul. So if you do watch Talking Dead, you'll still be able to watch it that night. It'll just be on an hour later than it normally is. And then the week after that, it'll be normal again. Talking Dead will be right after Walking Dead. I'm not planning on doing any videos for the Breaking Bad spinoff. It's supposed to be a pretty good show. I don't think it's going to be quite as good as Breaking Bad, but feel free to comment on it or leave questions or anything in my Walking Dead videos. It's totally cool. A lot of you have been asking about the Walking Dead companion show. That's what they're calling the spinoff. I don't know why they're calling it the companion show. I guess they're planning on airing it like right next to Walking Dead whenever it does start airing. They have cast a few of the characters. They're still working on the pilot. Right now people are calling the show Cobalt, but really that's just the name of the pilot episode. That's not going to be what the name of the series is. They probably won't announce a title till they're ready to release a trailer. I'd expect a trailer to drop hopefully later this spring, like right as Walking Dead is slowly closing down season 5. I mean, if it were my choice and I wanted as many Walking Dead fans to watch the trailer for the companion show, I would air it during the season 5 finale. So that is a possibility, but they haven't made any official announcements. And yes, I do think that they're going to air the pilot episode at Comic-Con, but again, that's not confirmed. It's something that's very common. Networks air a lot of pilots at Comic-Con. Just in terms of air date, they haven't announced when they're going to premiere the show. I think the idea is that if everything goes according to plan and they get through the pilot and they like it, they'll start airing episodes in the fall alongside Walking Dead Season 6. Really two options. They could air episodes right after episodes of the main show and just do it, back to back on the same channel on the same night, and then air Talking Dead after the companion show. So you have like a Talking Dead that does stuff from both shows, and you have like 3 hours of solid Walking Dead stuff. Or they could air it on a different night. It'll probably be a long time before they announce the official schedule though. Like usually they don't announce fall premiere schedules till like way later in the summer. The only real complaints that I've heard about the spin-off show so far is that it supposedly takes place in Los Angeles. That's not confirmed. They're filming scenes in Los Angeles. That doesn't mean that's going to be like the only place that it's set. I think people are just kind of tired with the idea of Los Angeles as a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I've seen a lot of you guys comment that you'd really like to see them set something in the Pacific Northwest or Detroit, just somewhere that looks vastly different from Atlanta. I won't speculate too much on the plot until we actually get some details officially from AMC, but just in general, the characters are going to be much more of a group starting out than the characters on the main show were whenever they first started out. So really cool news. Just in general, this season I'm going to be doing a lot more video series, just in terms of like bonus videos, separate from like the episode videos I do. So be sure to subscribe to get everything. And if there's like any special Walking Dead video series you want me to do, like, a history of the comic books or anything specific, just let me know in the comments. Once I find out what my first video series is going to be, I'll figure out when I'm going to start posting videos. It'll be like a weekly thing that'll be separate from the episode videos I do. Right now, while you guys wait for all that stuff to come, click here for my favorite episodes from Season 5 so far, and click here for my mid-season finale video. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I'll see you guys tomorrow.